Hello everyone and welcome to the Long Dark and back to DeadWorld. This is going to be episode 56 and let's give us a little bit of a breakdown here. We are 80% healthy. We have discovered 99% of the world. Not too shabby. I don't know that we're going to hit 100% because I don't know where that 1% is. But I'm cool with 99. That's pretty dang good. Pretty impressed with that. So now is the big question. What is the most important things for us to be taking into the far territories? We pretty much has got everything looted. There'll be a few items on our way out. We're pretty good food-wise. We'll save this stuff here and these. We eat up the pancakes and what have you. And just essentially, I think we're going to try to stay here for like a day. That should get us close to 85. We have 5 stems. So I think 85, if we can just stay warm, play it smart. Essentially, this is 75 health. So we could really screw things up. So the other question that still remains is how do we tackle the far territories? Now, full disclosure, I've been playing a Voyager run of the Tales, not only just to get some familiarity with the areas, but also to finish the Tales. I wanted to finish it before the new DLC came out, and currently this is November 16th, so give you some time frame. So we're still a couple weeks away. So I wanted to kind of get an idea of what is coming and all that. Now, there's some argument to say that it would probably be worth our while to get a hold of the radio, because then we can play different parts of the Tales. I'm not certain I'm worried about playing the last part. There's a lot of climbing and not a lot of loot. Even on Voyager, it was very light, and this is ridiculously lean. So I think the big push right now is going to be, let's get everything here all as up to snuff as we can get it. And essentially do the best we can with what we've got. Try to get ourselves in good position here. And realistically, I don't... Oh, easy, girl, easy. We want to definitely go as lean as we possibly can. So obviously, fire is important. We left the maglins behind. That was a suggestion from Humble Tracker. We forget to use it. We did find a fire striker. This is nice. This gives us quite a few fires, and we've got a decent amount of matches. We should find a few more. We'll definitely take some flares along with us. We definitely are taking all of that. We could use more teas. That's always a good thing. We need to pick up the hammer and mess with the acorn grounds. As far as tools, again, bare minimums. We're gonna go light and lean. Don't think that I'm gonna worry about that. Got lots of acorns to prep. So let's... What time of day is it? And we refuel this a bit. It's too bad you couldn't fill up these little containers and take them with you instead of having to carry them.
Be prepared for anything.
This thing. And plus what I saw if we go to the Langston mines, oil is not going to be an issue. There's tons of fuel oil there. All right, so let's start. What time of day is it? It's getting to be nighttime, but not a big deal. So let's not get too far away because I don't want to have to do anything more than find the bed. So let's prep the acorns. It's an hour and a half's worth of prep work here. Definitely need to make some water. And you know what? We need to save some of those. Don't want to do them all. Tell you what, let's not even prep any of those. Okay, so we've got enough to do that and enough to do that. We just need to hammer. Which is right over here, so let's...
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, ease up, girl. Oh, we weren't supposed to process that. And we still don't have salt. Arrgh. I hate when I do silly things. I forgot all about that. All right, let's eat the potato. Drink the last of our water. A 107 days, almost 108 days. Keep drinking whatever water we've got. Forgot about the Burbank. Oh yeah, we've got matches galore. And all those cattails. Tons to carry. All right,
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
let's go over here and make a fire. Make some water. Good, we still got accelerant.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're out of water, so probably shouldn't do. A whole 2 hours worth. Let's go ahead and boil these acorn things, and we can grind them up before we leave.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
fill up some more water. Let's grab the hammer again and do these acorns.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I think 2 torches will be plenty. Don't think we're going to worry about the can opener. I think we can just use the hatchet. Got to remember, we're going to add several pounds, or kilos rather, of weight once we crap all those cattails out of there. So we're going to be heavy. We just don't want to give up any more than I have to. Coal, we might leave a few behind, as we should pick some up, but I want to make sure we've got enough to get by on. I hate to give, I'd like to take like 10 of those with me. The hammer will definitely set down, but that'll be an offset. We'll have that weight right back when we grab those cattails. It'll be close. No extra clothing. Actually, we may leave those behind. Don't think that we're going to have that much climbing in our future. Definitely work the boots.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Packing you full of water, but I'm not giving you any water to drink. That's not very helpful at all. All right, let's have a few of these. Get rid of that one. £48. Most of it's food. This is crazy. This is 7. It's like we're just going to have to go a little heavy. We'll eat our way leaner, that's for sure. But I think we leave with a serious amount of power with that.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
No, honey, I think we're going to be carrying a lot of stuff. Yeah, I think we're just going to have to go a little heavy. It is what it is. It will get leaner as we eat more food, so. I think that will max us out. Okay, we're going to leave the hammer behind. Let's go over here and take a peek at the weather. It's the best part of the day to leave as far as the clock is concerned. It's not that cold. But we're not exactly rested either. So maybe we take
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
a little bit of a nap. Okay, we're a little better rested. Wind sounds like it may have given up. Probably hasn't. It's probably a blizzard out there. Probably just going to really ruin our day. So here, this will help lighten the load a little bit. And all right, here we go. I don't think there's anything keeping us here. We're off to the far territories.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Temperature's in our favor. So seeing how I've spent some time doing the tails here the last couple of days while I've been off, some of my takeaways as far as how to attack this is that I'm almost thinking that doing Sundered Pass first makes the most sense. And then going from Sundered Pass to Forsaken Airfield. Then we're at Forsaken Airfield. We pick up the radio, and we actually can take that with us to Langston. And then maybe we actually do Buried Echoes a little bit, as some of the parts of that tail might be worth doing to get more resources. But Zone of Contamination, from all of the different things that I've done, I mean, the airfield is going to be pretty decent with the amount of loot and food that's there, but the ZOC is by far the most intriguing, especially when you start getting into the mines. Now, I know I have to deal with cabin fever, but you get down in the mines, you're not cold. We can explore for, several days. All we need is fuel for the lamp, or torches or flares, which are generally not hard to find. So I'm thinking that might be the last of the three. And depending on what's going on, maybe we try to return from the far territories. Maybe try to make it to the coast. I don't know. There's nothing that says we have to stay in each territory, for weeks at a time. my thinking with, you know, the airfield is obviously we do the airfield. Obviously we try to get the little housing areas and go from there. There's really no reason to, you know, like, let's go find a place to hang out. It's all just about the journey of getting there. So if we could sneak into Sundered Pass and get to that little house, loot it, head up to the weather station, and if that's all we do, that's all we do. I'm not worried about getting to those little cabins, those little refuge cabins. There's generally not a lot there. I think it would be cool to get to the weather station. I think that would be a nice get. So if we walked in through Transfer Pass,
This gear.
go on the lower end, we can go to that little cabin, and then from the cabin, it's not that hard to work your way up to the weather station. So, all right, it's getting a little dark in here. Then once we leave the weather station, we can go right back down and go right to the cave system and head out and work our way through the cave system, which would be warm, and work our way over to Forsaken Airfield. At that point where you dump that cave, you're not that far. You're kind of nestled between the airfield and that one. There's a cabin that's kind of up in the hills where there's a dock. It's neither one of, you know, you're kind of right between those. It might not even be depending on the weather. You just go that direction first. It's not completely inconceivable to think about trying to get back to the coast. It's just a lot of walking. And depending on how well we can stay warm, and depending on how well we can keep ourselves fed, it is possible. I think what we need to do in that instance is just, we don't try to find a place to just hang out. Go to Sunder Pass and we hit the highlights, the weather station, the little cabin, and then we get out of there. You know, hey, we've been here. We went to the top of the hill, and we book it out. Same thing with Forsaken Airfield. You know, you hit the highlights and then get out, and then go to the zone, amass as much stuff as we can, and then get out. And maybe if we're lucky enough, we can walk our way back through here.
I think I can use this.
Work our way back through here and essentially work our way to the coast. And whether or not we can survive on the coast would be a very interesting thing. And I know we've got the little side project with the coastal highway and that, but I think that's still an unfair challenge because in that one you're kind of starting with very little in the way of supplies, whereas with this you'd have warmer clothes to begin with. Ooh, I see T's. Hang in there, Astrid. Hang in there. It's kind of surreal, the fact that we're doing this. I find it highly entertaining. All right, we definitely
I'm not sure I can
will
carry
warm
much
up
more.
in here if it is warm, and it is. Okay, so we definitely want to warm up and that. So is this the nook? Make sure I didn't miss anything. Come on. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I was going to move this stuff so that it might respawn. And if it does, we'll have a few more supplies there. See how we really can't carry any more of this. In fact, when we get the transfer pass, when we get the little rail station, maybe what we can do is go and try to gather up as many of the cattails and goodies that are in the vicinity. We just gather them up and then we don't touch them. We don't take them with us. We essentially we leave them behind in the rail station, and then we'd have a little cache of something to come back to. All right. I'm not going to bother walking back down there. We will leave him for future us on the way back. And by all means, comments would be awesome on this if you guys have thoughts or ideas. I'm thinking that this doesn't need to be a, vacation type deal where we're going to set up shop and stay there for long periods of time. I think it should be more of a, let's go visit all three, loot the things we need to loot, stay alive, And maybe try to make it back to the coast. I know that's something Humble Tracker has mentioned several times, and it's just one of those weird things where I don't think that far ahead. I never think I'm going to get as far as I've gotten. Same thing. Future us will appreciate all the extra coal. If it spawns. Alright, we warmed up. Let's get a drink. See what? What's that? Well, there wasn't much left of that. What else we got? See what? Eat one of those. And just eat this. And eat this one. You still got room to carry stuff in your stomach. There you go.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
So far, no complaints. We have managed to make it quite far without warming up any teas, starting any fires. So I'm going to keep moving. Keep trucking along here. And then maybe we can set a bunch of stuff down. And transfer pass. And go gather those supplies I was talking about. And we can build that little cache. Go in with the idea that we're coming back. We're going to make it to the coast, and we're going to live off the beachcombing. Sorry, getting a little hoarse here. I've been doing a couple of recordings the last couple days. Try to get back into the buffer.
if I can drop any of this gear. Come on, little fire. The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon. take it.
Okay. Oh, everybody, a bit of an apology. I've been muting the mic to clear my throat and realized that on the last one I didn't turn the mic back on. So I may have said a few things that y'all miss, which probably wasn't anything too important. Oh, coal. We'll take these. I think the big thing I mentioned was that we're going to, in the next episode, what we'll do is we'll hopefully have a nice day enough that we can loot everything around here. And we'll go with the idea that we're coming back. And that we're only going to touch the... Okay, so there'll be a liter and a half of water here. We're not going to take that. I'll have some cloth. Saw a pair of gloves that those are in pretty good shape for as long as we've been at this.
Well, this stuff will come in handy.
Take that. Not bad. Ooh. Those might be worth keeping.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
1.8. If we doll those up. Maybe we wear these. Leave these behind. Take us some time to repair them. Okay, we got the sports vest, and what else did we get? We got this. So drop all that. Come on. Find a sweet spot. Okay, so we'll have some water here. from the toilet. You got all these? Okay. So what I was talking about, I think the last time I did it was right about the time of the fire that we were doing. And so, again, I apologize for the long pause. Probably wonder what happened. But anyway, I think what we're going to do is essentially loot everything that's out there and save it for our return. Going with the idea that we're going to return. And I think, unless somebody can sell me on a different idea, because I've been doing the tails and I've been kind of going in between Langston and Sunder Pass and a lot of that stuff, is that I think I'm going to go to Sunder Pass first. And I'm going to take the transfer pass way in versus the cave. Come on, I saw a green spot. And even though it requires a rope climb and all that stuff to get in, it's going to require rope climbs to get through the tunnel in the cave system. There's 2 of them, actually. But, so my thought process is that we go into Sundered Pass. We go from Transfer Pass to Sundered Pass. You can take the low road or the high road. So if we take the low road into the valley area, there's going to be cattails down there. And there could be some dead deer carcasses that we can live off of. And we got the little cabin that's there so that we can make that our little base of operations. We spend a little bit of time around there, just kind of hit the highlights. We go grab cattails. We go look for deer carcasses. Then we climb up the hill, and there's a little bit of a rope climb. And that will put us on the plateau where the cave entrance comes in and can lead us over to the weather station. And I want to go up to the weather station just for the sake of it. And so we get up to the weather station. And once we say, okay, we're good, we've been here, then we hightail it out, taking the same path back, and we go through the tunnel. Take the tunnel to Forsaken Airfield. Forsaken Airfield, we come out and we have choices. We can go to the airfield or we can go to the cabins. We'll be fairly close to one of the cabins from that point. Lots of cattails up on the lake. There's a cave that's not too far. A lot of options going there. Get the radio along with all the stuff there. And then we can either come back through the cave and into the Langston mine, or we go back around, whichever is the quickest, and we go gather all the stuff at Langston mine. That, to me, of the 3 areas so far that I've been into, seems to have the most loot. So we loot like crazy and try to leave with a net positive of food, and we head back here. And then we go to the coast and see how long we can survive off of beachcombing. And something tells me it ain't going to be easy, but I kind of like the idea of trying. And we've got a ton of stims. Our health is in good shape. Oops. I meant to touch this. We're at 83%. We stay warm. We stay on top of things. We're just going to keep creeping up till we reach essentially 95, I think. So we're not far from where we need to be. So let's go ahead and get a drink. Go ahead and eat these, seeing how I screwed that up. Maybe one of those cabins will be able to find us some salt, and we can make those freaking pies that we've been wanting to make for a while. All right, so let's leave for an hour, create a save, and we're going to call it here. And again, I apologize about the little mute thing. But like I said, I don't think you missed much. I hadn't been talking a bunch in this video. Been doing a lot of recording lately and a lot of talking, and this is the last one I'm doing today. So You really probably didn't miss too much of me talking here, and I'm making it up here at the end. But anyway, wind is coming. Okay, so we're gonna call it here. I look forward to seeing you guys' comments. I made some comments about which directions to go in episode 54, and I'm hoping that the comments will, help with that and what it says here. I may have already made a decision, and like I said, I'm leaning towards Sundered Pass just because there's really only a couple of good places to go, and the rest of it's, hit or miss. And I don't think the Tails part of it does any good for us, but I do think the Tails part might do good at Langston. So depending on if you can do the thing where you can do part of the Tails because you finished all of it, might be worth doing. So we'll have to see if there's enough energy and time to worry about it. I'm not going to sweat it. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thanks to everyone that does the likes, the subscribes, the comments. Greatly appreciative. And we will catch you on the next one. Thank you.